Months after a meniscus tear, the 37-year-old Djokovic surged past Carlos Alcaraz to win gold at the Paris Games. Paris. There is no good explanation for what Novak Djokovic did here Sunday afternoon, except that he is Novak Djokovic. At 37 years old, 2 months after surgery to repair a torn meniscus, Djokovic was clearly hobbling and frequently appeared to be in pain. Carlos Alcaraz, who happens to be the best player in the world, taunted Djokovic with drop shots, forcing him to go where his knee did not want to take him. Alcaraz never lost a service game, and he finished 33 with winners, compared to 15 for Djokovic. What he did not finish with was a gold medal. Djokovic beat Alcaraz 7-6, 7-3, 7-6, 7-2. Djokovic has always been an expressive player, but there were times in this match when he seemed especially frustrated by forces beyond his control. His problem was not hitting shots, it was getting to them. Djokovic is the best in history at seizing control of a point he seems sure to lose. But in this match, there were balls he would normally track down that he didn't even bother to chase. Or when he did, he got there later than we have come to expect. This sounds contradictory, but it's true. Djokovic did not look his best, yet he played some of his best tennis. Alcaraz summed it up. Hungry Novak, an impressive player today. Someday, when Alcaraz's grandkids ask him what made Djokovic great, this performance at Roland Garros would be a fine place to start. When I take everything into consideration, Djokovic said afterward, this is probably the biggest sporting success I've had in my career. 2 months ago, Djokovic withdrew from the French Open before the quarterfinals because of his knee injury. He seemed unlikely to even play in Wimbledon right up until the tournament started. He made it to the final, where, he said Sunday, I was dominated in the final by Alcaraz, who was a far better player. Many players, maybe even most players, would have skipped the Olympics to rest and prepare for the US Open. Some players did skip this anyway. But Djokovic said, I did everything I possibly could to prepare myself, to raise form when it needs to be raised. Djokovic arrived here having won 10 Australian Opens, 7 Wimbledons, 4 US Opens, and 3 French Opens. He was the most accomplished male player in history. The only person in the world who thought his career was missing anything was him. Djokovic had never won an Olympic gold medal. He won bronze in Beijing in 2008. He lost in the semifinals in London and Tokyo. He wanted gold desperately. And one reason this match was such great theater is that it was almost certainly his last chance. The other reason was Alcaraz. Alcaraz is 20 Grand Slam titles away from catching Djokovic. It is absurd to even discuss the possibility, but it is also irresistible because Alcaraz is a rare talent. At 21, he has already won 4 slams, and he has won on all 3 surfaces. Both men said afterward that the pressure of the Olympics was even greater than what they feel at Grand Slams. Djokovic said, the fact I lost as easy as I did in the finals at Wimbledon probably worked in my favor because I knew that I couldn't do worse than that. With the first set in Paris tied 4-4, Djokovic fended off 5 break points. In both tiebreakers, Djokovic was the superior player. Alcaraz acknowledged that afterward. I felt the pressure in those situations that I couldn't play my best tennis. When the match ended, Djokovic seemed as stunned as he was happy. He ended up prone on the ground, face down, his right hand shaking against the clay. When he got up, he found a towel, sat in his chair, and covered his sobbing face. I thought that the 2012 opening ceremony, carrying the flag for my country, was the best feeling that an athlete could have, said the best male tennis player in history on Sunday. This supersedes everything that I imagined, and everything I hoped I could experience and feel. How much this triumph meant to Djokovic was immediately evident. Upon winning match point, he roared with delight, dropped to his knees, then tearfully embraced his family and coaching team. A Serbian flag was soon brought out, and the 37-year-old, the oldest man to win an Olympic singles gold medal, still seemed shaken with joy when he returned to his courtside chair. This is the first title that Djokovic has won all year, but arguably the one he wanted the most. I couldn't be prouder and happier, said Djokovic, who won a bronze medal at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Playing for Serbia has always been my utmost real pleasure, my priority. I'm just so proud to be a part of an elite number of athletes that managed to win gold for their countries in their respective sports. Emotional and unable to hold back tears, Carlos Alcaraz needed a moment to compose himself after losing to Novak Djokovic in the men's tennis singles final at the Paris Olympics on Sunday. There would be no youngest ever champion and no repeating Rafael Nadal's feat of winning a gold medal for Spain in his first attempt in singles. Alcaraz settled for silver after a 7-6-3, 7-6-2 loss to Djokovic at Court Philippe Chatrier, saying the pressure of playing for his country got to him.
I let all the Spanish people down a little bit.
I think I put more pressure on myself because I was playing for Spain, for the Spaniards, Alcaraz said. I felt that I let the Spanish people down by not winning the gold. Alcaraz, 21, said he had not felt that type of pressure in the 4 Grand Slam finals that he played and won so far in his career. It was a different type of pressure. Alcaraz said, "Everyone in Spain wanted me to win the gold, and I wanted to win the gold as well." He said the extra pressure cost him, especially in the decisive moments of the game. "In those difficult moments, I usually raise my level, but I wasn't able to do that today," Alcaraz said. "Probably I felt the pressure in those situations. You play 4 Grand Slams every year, the Olympics is only once every 4 years." He said there was still reason for him to be proud after knowing that I gave everything. "Obviously, this week, this tournament has been really special for me," Alcaraz said. "I'm going to take it for the rest of my life, for the rest of my career, for sure. Playing with Rafa, getting my first Olympics medal, hopefully not the last one, it's been a special one."
Bueno, es una ilusión poder.
He arrived in Paris amid the hype of playing the doubles tournament alongside his childhood idol Nadal, who won the singles gold in his Olympic debut in Beijing in 2008. Alcaraz and Nadal lost 6-2, 6-4 to the 4th-seeded American duo of Austin Krajicek and Rajiv Ram in last week's quarterfinals. The game against Djokovic was a rematch of the past 2 Wimbledon finals, both won by Alcaraz, including last month. In the close moments, in the difficult situations, in the tiebreakers, he played an impressive game, Alcaraz said of Djokovic. He was hungry for the gold medal. He was going to go for it. Many would have been forgiven for thinking this might be Djokovic's final Olympics, having seen his great rival Nadal farewell Roland Garros already this year. But in a bombshell announcement after his victory in the Olympics final, Djokovic said he wanted to try and defend his title at the Los Angeles Games in 4 years, when the Serb will be 41. "I still want to play in Los Angeles," he said after the match. "I enjoy playing for my country and the Olympic Games particularly, and Davis Cup being part of the team. If anyone can defy what most consider possible, it's Djokovic, who has done so time and again, on his way to just about every record in the sport."